Hi, this is Chad again with Foundation Digital Media Kung Fu Panda assignment. This is the second video. So we're going to start tracing here. Um, and I'm going to start tracing in the background. I have my layers already created. I did that in the last video, and I'm going to rename them now. So this is my background. This is going to be my light candles. This will be my figures, and this one will be my large candles. Okay, so I'm going to click on background, and I'll begin tracing. So now I'm working in the background layer. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to lock my art layer just so safety, I guess. Okay, so to trace, I'm going to use the pencil tool, and if you don't see it, it's actually uh, in the Adobe Illustrator 2019. It's located under the brush. It's N is the shortcut. I'm in Illustrator 2020. So it's located under the shape builder. So it moved, but the keystroke to get there is the same. And everything else is the same, just where it's located. So the letter N is the shortcut to get there, located under the paintbrush. So it's not there anymore. Okay. So one thing we have to change first off with the pencil tool is its options. So if you double click the pencil tool, you're going to bring up the options, and default, the fidelity, which is the accuracy of your pencil, is right in the middle. And what the problem with that is it really rounds out your tracing, or when you draw something with the pencil tool, it'll round it out. And I like mine as accurate as possible, so I'm going to move mine to accurate, and I'm going to click OK. So I'm just going to start tracing here, and I have a mouse, so it's not wonderful, but we'll make do. And I'm just going to follow this as close as possible. And like I said, I'll come back and do those flames again on another layer because they are a different color. So I'm tracing this, and I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. But you know what? I ran out of room. I hit my keyboard with my mouse, and okay, so I'm going to stop right there. And I have a big problem right here. So and there's some issues up here. So let's address those. It's pretty easy with this pencil tool. The great thing about it is the simple editing. And to edit this, it's not as bad at all as the pen tool. This one, we just have to come near the line, click and drag, near or on the line, and then end up on the line, and then release, and it will edit that path to the new path you've created. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to come right on the path here, redraw it, and then release, and then it edits it. So it's that easy. Now, I have a path here that I have a starting point and an ending point, and let's say I want to pick up and draw again. Now, you can't just start drawing. You need to connect it, so it's the same path. If you don't connect it, the fill is not going to work out, and we're going to be filling this with this yellow. So we need that fill to work, so we don't have to go in and correct it. The right way to connect or to add on to a path is, now you can, my mouse is kind of flashing weird, but when you see the pencil, there's a little hash mark next to it. Do you kind of see that? That means I'm going to begin connecting this to the existing path. So I'll just continue drawing here. And one way you can tell that you've done it correctly is if you deselect it and then select it again, that it all selects at the same time. Now, one thing I'm going to do here is change my path to be an outline of black, just so I can see what's going on, and maybe a stroke of 0.25. So that'll be easier for me to begin. So, and I can't start, I don't see that hash mark here. I have to select the path and then hold on the last point made, and now I see the hash. And when I say hash, it's a little hash to the bottom right of my cursor. Okay. So I am tracing. I have to go get another move and get another bite at it. I'm working on a very small screen so you guys can see what I'm doing, and YouTube will take the video and use it correctly. I have a much larger screen at home here. Okay, so doing great. Now I'm gonna stop here. So that's what I've done so far. I need to continue tracing this out all the way across, and behind the characters I can just kind of like zoom across and start again. And it's okay if you go beyond beyond the edges of the page. So for instance, I'm going to go a little bit faster and less accurate here. And then it's okay if I do that, because I'll show you a way of removing that later. So what I'm going to do is kind of go behind everything, because everything is going to be on top of it. These light candles will be on top of it, and they won't see, this is kind of a behind the scenes thing, they won't see that my candles don't go all the way to the bottom of the page. So I'm just going to continue this over to this side, and then I'll begin tracing again. You get the idea. So, okay, let me just stop right here, and I'm going to connect it with my existing path, which is way over there. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. Now when I connect this path up, I should see a little 0 next to my cursor, or next to my cursor. I do not see that, so that means I'm going to have to go join this path. See how I missed it? That's my beginning point, and this is my end point. So I could take my pencil and just connect it like this. So, and how do I tell if I've done it correctly? If it all selects. So I've done that, and it's kind of a goofy setup right now, but let me just show you some more about this tracing. So I have this done. Let's say I want to take another bite. So I'm going to overlap my shapes, and I'm going to get very loose on this tracing here. Something like this. Right? And then I'll stop down here. Okay, so what I can do to connect these two shapes, because I can draw it in portions, but I need to connect them. So to connect them, I'm going to use the shape builder tool here. Looks like 2 circles with a line through it. And what I'll do is just drag a line in between these objects, and they will gray out and should join up. Now, one thing that may not be happening is I may not have joined that path up. Okay, so let me join that path. See how critical it is? Not only will it not color correctly, oops, look at that. Oh, I see what happened. I'm going to have to unz, Control Z or Command Z to undo some stuff. Okay, so I undid the my shape builder, And now I'm going to join this path up, and then I'll do shape builder again. So did I actually do it this time? Let's try filling it. Well, I need to get going because this video is getting very long. So we'll select this, and then we'll try our shape builder. Nope, I don't have that joined up yet. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if we can. So another, you can see I didn't do it. Another way to do it is to use the direct selection tool and then select only the endpoints of the two paths, and then use Control J or Command J on a Mac, and see how they joined up. Now we can use the shape builder to join these things together. So I have this big path and a little path, and shape builder. Now I'm going to drag across. Now I think that's, nope. For some reason, this path is not joined up correctly. So I need to go and investigate where that's not joined. I'm going to have to do another video on this because this one's getting long, but I will, and stay tuned.